Did you know there's a very easy and simple way for you to pay 0% interest on your credit card, even if it's a large balance? So in this video, I'm going to show you how that's possible and also a few other credit card hacks to save you a bit of money. So stay tuned and let's find out. The credit card can be a great tool to help you maximize your finances, but it can also mean your downfall if you don't know how to use your card correctly. Where most people go wrong is they don't see it as a credit limit, but more as a credit target. A bit like people see the speed limit. They'd rather have a speed target than a speed limit. Don't be one of those people and you'll be fine. Most credit card companies give you some sort of reward system for using that card. A good example would be air points. So if you use your card quite consistently and regularly, you can rack up a few points during the year, which you can then use to either go on holiday or pay for anything else during that year. We use those points to go on holiday as a family every year, and again we pay 0% interest on that card and we just use our normal day-to-day spending. So it's essentially a free holiday from the bank, and this is how we do it. So almost all the credit card providers will give you 55 days interest free. So that means, you guessed it, 55 days where you don't have to pay any interest on your card. So that means buying anything with your card, even setting up direct debits from your card or paying for things like your grocery bills or your food and your gas, anything like that, even your day-to-day spending that you put on that card will not be charged any interest for at least 55 days. Now the key to this is to make sure that when your bill comes in at the end of the month, you repay the full amount. Anything that's outstanding after that might be charged at the interest rate, which is about 21%. So make sure you repay that bill in full every month. By doing it this way, you're gaining all those rewards, like we gain air points, throughout the whole year for just spending on stuff that you would spend any case, and you're not paying any interest on it. So at the end of the year, the bank has basically paid for your free holiday for just doing your normal day-to-day stuff. So what happens when you already have a card with a very big balance that you're struggling to pay off because of that high 21% interest rate? Well, if you pay the minimum every single month, you're never going to repay that card, and all you're really paying is the interest cost on that card. Sometimes that's all you can afford to keep the banks at bay and make sure that you can still have that card and not be put into collections. What if there was a way that you can still repay the full balance and pay 0% interest, meaning that everything you pay on that card only goes towards reducing the balance and nothing towards interest? Well, there is, and it's called a balance transfer. Now, just full disclosure, in order for you to get the balance transfer, you'll need to apply for another credit card, which sounds counteractive, but it actually works well. This means you need to have a clear credit history, because the banks will be assessing you obviously based on your repayment history. So make sure you use this option before you get into trouble and before you have any issues with your repayments. So let's find out how that works. All banks run promotions from time to time about a balance transfer special they're running. So as with the making of this video, Westpac and BNZ are offering 0% for 12 months. ASB is doing 0% for 6 months, and ANZ, not as great, but 1.99% for 12 months. It varies often, so always check back with different banks to see what they're offering at different times. But if you transfer your balance of your credit card, and that includes things like store cards or Gem Visas, those kind of cards as well, to the new credit card at 0% for 12 months, you're essentially only going to repay the balance of that card and not any interest. So it's a great way for you to make sure that you can get out of debt by reducing your balances and not paying anything in interest to the bank. Now there is something you need to be aware of, a couple of things really. One, as said before, you need to qualify for that card and the limit that you need to transfer. There might also be some fees associated with the new card, and that varies again from bank to bank. But essentially, if you can qualify for that limit and that card with another bank, they can transfer all those balances to the one card, giving you 0%. So the second thing you need to be aware of, and this is really, really important, is once you've transferred your balance to the new card, take your shiny new card, take your scissors and cut it up and throw it away. Do not use the card for any reason. Don't buy anything with that card. The reason is, once you buy something on that card, the balance goes up. So every time you make a payment to that card, the funds will always be used to pay off that first before it's used to reduce the balance. So that means if you don't use this system correctly, you could probably end up with more debt than you started with. So the best thing to do and avoid the temptation is take the card, cut it up, throw it away, and just put all the money towards paying off the balance of that card. Now, just a side note as well, you cannot claim rewards for transferring your balance. So if you thought you can basically transfer $10,000 from one card to the other and claim all the air points on it, you're wrong. It's basically only the balance you can transfer, and it's going to help you remember to pay off the balance and get you out of debt. So it's still a really good thing. So as you can see, this is a really good way for you to get out of credit card debt as soon as possible by paying 0% interest. Now the best way for this system to work is look at the balance and divide that by the amount of payments you need to make. So if you want to pay it monthly, obviously that's 12 months, fortnightly 26, and if you do it weekly, that's 52 payments. So just divide that up, set up an automatic payment for those payments towards that card, and make sure it's paid within the 12 months. If you want to pay more than that, or you can afford to make lump sums, great, it just means you're out of debt much faster. But keep in mind, if you get to the end of the 12-month period and there's still something owing on the card, you will be paying almost 21% interest on that, and you'll be back to square one. You'll probably be better off because your balance will be lower, but again, try to repay that within 12 months or as soon as possible. Now these tips aren't for everyone, and if you're someone that struggles with credit cards or struggles with debt, then you're probably better off to go see a financial advisor or talk to your bank and try to come up with a plan to get you out of debt faster. But for the majority of you that struggles to pay down the debt just because of that high interest cost, this is a really good way for you to get out of debt much faster. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and click the like button, and please leave a comment. I'd love to hear your thoughts and also see how fast you are able to get out of debt. So until you see me next time, see you later.